Honourable Member for Elwick.
Well, I don't think you'll say the same thing about this one, Minister for Infrastructure, but in budget estimates on 25th of September, I asked the Minister for Transport, the Honourable Erica Betts, about the government's $22 million Intelligent Transport Solution project, also known as the Overhead On-Road Traveller Information System, or in plain English, big electronic signboards on the highway. The Minister seemed uncertain as to the rationale of this project, and when pressed for detail said, "I don't know what all the thinking is behind that, but one assumes if you can reduce motorist uncertainty, anxiety, etc., then there may be less road rage, etc." The Tasmanian people deserve more information as to the justification for this $22 million spend, as on face value there are surely more important transport priorities this money could be spent on. So my questions are as follows. 1, what consultation was done to determine the Intelligent Transport Solution project was a community priority? And 2, what evidence is there to demonstrate the need for the Intelligent Transport Solution project? And what is the government's rationale for prioritising the use of $22 million for this over other road infrastructure projects?
The Honourable Minister for Infrastructure.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Biggest waste of money.
There's a couple of different parts to this, and this was, I think, part of my first ABC radio interview as, I think I might have been in the Parliamentary Secretary's role then. So some of this information was relevant and asked me on ABC as well. The Department of State Growth undertook the Hobart Transport Incident Management Project between 2017 and 2019 to identify a range of actions to improve the response to incidents and reduce traffic delays across Greater Hobart. The Hobart Traffic Incidents Management Project was a component of the broader Tasmanian Government's response to Hobart traffic congestion, which included the deployment of standby tow trucks at the strategic locations across the network during peak hours, resulting in significantly improved significantly improved incident response times and reduced congestion. Many delays associated with the crashes and breakdowns can be reduced through faster response and by providing motorists with improved traveller information to allow them to have greater understanding of what is occurring across the road network and make a decision to change their route and make a decision to return home or defer travel. The Otis signs proposed across Greater Hobart have been located to maximise the opportunities for motorists to make any of the above decisions based on the information displayed. More generally, the use of intelligent transport systems also allow for improved capacity and reliability of the road network in more cost-effective and sustainable way than through large-scale civil infrastructure works. Funding was committed under the former Federal Urban Congestion Fund for this project, with the Tasmanian Government committing $11.5 million for both the Otis and LUMS projects. The Australian Government also committed a total of $11.5 million towards the Intelligent Transport System project. This project comprises 2 main components: an overhead traveller information system, Otis, at various locations around Greater Hobart, including variable message signs and new traffic cameras. A new lane use management system, LUMS, for the Tasman Bridge. This project is aimed at improving travel times and delivering a more efficient and reliable network, as well as improving the work, health and safety outcomes of the use and management of traffic flow systems, including flow transition on the Tasman Bridge. The project will make the network more resilient and better able to more promptly accommodate changes in traffic conditions that may arise due to crash, breakdowns and other unplanned events. variable message system, VMS, provided as part of the OTIS component of the project, will deliver a more efficient and reliable network by allowing state roads to convey messages to road users who are already on the road, advising the current traffic conditions, and in the event of an incident, give directions and advice to road users regarding detours and delays as appropriate. When not required an incident response, the VMS can display pre-approved road safety signs or current travel times to the key destinations. The OTIS project also includes an expanded traffic camera coverage for the Department of State Gross Traffic Management Centre, which will provide greater visibility of prevailing traffic conditions and improve situational awareness. This will allow Traffic Management Centre operators to respond appropriately and monitor incidents, including providing advice to Tasmania Police, ABC Radio and the Tasmanian Government Emergency Controllers on any incidents, as well as provide real-time updates to other relevant stakeholders. The new lane use management system will replace the existing lane control system on the Tasman Bridge, which has reached the end of its serviceable life. As a critical link to the state transport network, the new system will maintain and enhance the current capability to manage traffic on the Tasman Bridge, particularly during peak times and traffic flows, and in response to incidents and other events. The new Tasman Bridge, LUMS, will also improve work, health and safety outcomes by providing a level of automation to the current tidal flow situation process, thereby reducing the need for workers to be positioned on the roadways. And I can say, Mr. President, that I went out to visit the control centre the other week as response to some of these questions put to me on ABC Radio, and found Television Guru's network of fantastic screens from one side of the room to the other. But it was every traffic control camera throughout the state that they monitor there. And I've always wondered how the 12 minutes to Hobart that I see of a morning on a good morning, or whether it's 25 minutes on a bad morning, how that comes around. And the logarithms actually measure the speed of the cars at given points and work out the average speed, which gives them the average time, and they're able to dial that adjustment in within 20 seconds, I think it is. It also allows them to control the speed limits and controls on all the flashing red signs we see on a lot of highways and school zones as well. And three gentlemen there work that room from 6 o'clock in the morning to 6 p.m. at night during peak times, and other times when there needs to be somebody there to do it. Some of the advantages I've seen from out at my area in the southeast was for the toy run at the weekend, and the signs displayed that, so a lot of people were able to divert through Lindisfarne, use the Bowen Bridge to attend things and not go through the traffic. When there was a truck rollover on the bridge, or not the rollover, sorry, a breakdown, I had phone calls to say so much easier the signs lit up that there was a problem up ahead and the traffic wasn't flowing as it should be, and people made alternatives. So it has taken a whole new level. I've heard a lot of elderly people also convey, Mum being one of them, I have to admit self-interest with Mum there, that when they're heading into town they know exactly whether they're going to be on time for their appointments and everything like that. So there's some advantage starting to creep into our day-to-day lives. There are several of those signs that haven't been fully commissioned yet and will be coming online. I did check when that was going to happen. The control centre couldn't give me the exact date because they do have to go through testing and they haven't been handed over from the contractor yet. But when you look at the number of cameras that that office is looking at and what they do to control flows of traffic on the bridge or major intersections, and I saw live there a screen that tells them the average speed at various intersections, let's say around Hobart, and when it drops down to a certain very low speed, you basically got a traffic jam. They identify that with an alarm system straight away, and they change the flow of green and red lights along that way to clear that traffic very quickly. Quite amazing, and within about 2 minutes the traffic had gone from 10 kilometres an hour up to 17 kilometres an hour. So I could really see firsthand how they adjust and make traffic flow as good as they possibly can using the system. Mr President, I might also say that last year this control centre that we have here in little old Tassie won, I think it was last year or the year before, won an award for what they do in traffic management. And the other day they were also notified that they are in for a national award once again for the system that they are developing in Tasmania, and the Queensland and New South Wales governments have expressed interest in copying the system that we've developed here in Tassie. Thank you.
Minister, that will mean you won't need the ABC traffic report anymore. Is that what you're saying?
It will become more perfect. And we must remember that ABC radio in a lot of regional areas, not necessarily for Hobart traffic, but is the place that a lot of emergency services go to get that information out to a lot of people. Thank you, Mr President.
Honourable members, that brings question time to an end, and a very comprehensive answer from the Minister there. I thought we were in special interest matters there for a minute. The Honourable Leader tells me it's probably one of the best question times she's been not part of. Orders